Beyond order, 12 more rules for life. Taken from a list of 42 of Quora. I will read some excerpts of 2 chapters from the book. 1. Do not carelessly denigrate social institutions or creative achievements. 2. Imagine who you could be, and then aim single-mindedly at that. 3. Do not hide unwanted things in the fog. What's the fog? Afraid of yourself, others, the world. No hope. Not think on the future. Afraid to want to know what you want, knowing that, you will have hope. The fog that hides, it's the refusal to notice, to attend to, the emotional states they arise, refusal to communicate them to yourself, onto other. It's impossible to live without desire, want and need. Discover the real me. You're not manifesting your true potential, no ideal, no judge, the result it's purposelessness, then no positive emotions, no hope, chronic overwhelming anxiety. If you make clear what you want, you may fail, but if you don't even try, you certainly will fail. You won't benefit from the learning of failure. Trying, falling short, recalibrating, and then try again. Or maybe realize that you need to change the aim. So, the alternative of hiding things in the fog is to admit to your feelings, don't just give in to them. Trust it's vital, everyone who has truly lived, has been, or has betrayed. And even if you betray me, and apologize, I will continue to stand my hand, by telling you what I'm feeling. Getting to the bottom of things, possibly you are wrong about what causes the way you are feeling, if you are, you need to know it, don't propagate errors that produce pain for you and others. Find out what's true. Disperse the fog, some might be real, and better to see them. Because sometimes you can't avoid the failure, that you are willing to see. 4. Notice that opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated. 5. Do not do what you hate. 6. Abandon ideology. 7. Work as hard as you possibly can on at least one thing and see what happens. 8. Try to make one room in your home as beautiful as possible, probably my favorite. I was very preoccupied with my work, trying to keep up and advance my career, trying to make enough money to support my family. Come home and take a walk with my wife, and children's. But I found really difficult to keep patient with them. Worried about too much work, a lot of discipline and focus on that. If I leave, I would like to know exactly where we were going, and when to come back. This is no attitude to adopt, when you're trying to have a pleasant and reasonable time with toddlers. It was hard to focus on the present and pay attention to my little kids, without schedule in mind. But, now and then I could snap onto their world, that's a gift that young children's provide, and see the pristine world that they inhabit. And still get pulled back into intense preoccupation with getting the next thing done. I knew that I missed beauty, meaning, and engagement, regardless of my efficiently. Not waste time. I was blinded of that, I couldn't see the world. I could only see the little world to navigate with maximum speed and the lowest cost. That's what it means to have family, sacrifice the present for the future. But having little children's around and noticing they only have a preoccupation with the present, made me conscious of the loss that accompany maturity. I lost the glorious vision of childhood. He who mugs the infant's fate shall be mug in age and death. He who respect the infant's fate, triumphs over hell and death. William Blake. Picture, irises of Van Gogh. Is to gaze through a window back into the eternity, that once our perceptions are revealed, to remember how odd, miraculous, and inspiring the world really is. Under then mundane familiarity in which we have reduced it. Rekindle our delight in the world, even if repetition of day life has reduced that we see to the narrowest and most pragmatic of visions. See moments in the being of the eternal silence. Odd, intimations of immortality from recollections of early childhood, W. Blake. It's frightening to glance at the transcendent reality that exists beyond. We think we border our great paintings with frames to glorify them. But we do it to insist to ourselves that the glory of the painting ends at the frame. That frame makes the world comfortably intact and unchanged. We don't want that beauty past the limitations impose on it, and disturbing everything that it's familiar. We isolate everything that it's great. Every little town should have a place devoted to a great piece of art. Instead of only one place, it is impossible for anyone to see it even once in their life. It's not enough a masterpiece for a room. Such mass collection, it's degrading of the unique singular particularity in the world, of what's priceless and irreplaceable. It's fear that entices us to imprison art. You should listen to all possible sides and fill them from yourself, son of myself, W. Whitman. It can be overwhelming to open ourselves up to the beauty in the world, that we as adults have painted with simplicity. In not doing so, in taking the proper walk with our sons, we lose track of the grandeur, the odd, the untrammeled world is constantly capable of producing, and reduce our lives to bleak necessity. 9. If old memories still upset you, write them down carefully and completely. 10. Plan and work diligently to maintain the romance in your relationship. 11. Do not allow yourself to become resentful, deceitful, or arrogant. 12. Be careful in spite of your suffering.